You apologize for tyranny before the apologies are worthless.
I failed.
Denver Mayor Michael Hancock admits his decision to fly to Mississippi to be with his daughter for Thanksgiving, even as he urged everyone else to stay home, was hypocritical.
It's a mistake that I deeply regret.
I made a mistake. I apologize.
California Governor Gavin Newsom apologized on Monday for flouting his own coronavirus guidelines.
And I made a bad mistake. Instead of sitting down, I should have stood up.
I made a mistake and I own it. And I certainly should have been more astute about the specifics of the regulations. I knew that there were advisories, and I simply should have been more astute to it.
And after the apology dissipates into the ether, jump right back on your totalitarian horse and keep gaslighting the American people.
Good evening, Los Angeles. My message couldn't be simpler. It's time to hunker down. It's time to cancel everything. And if it isn't essential, don't do it.
Case in point, Austin, Texas Mayor Steve Adler recently made an international fool out of himself.
I'm sorry I took that trip. It was a lapse in judgment, and I want you to know that I apologize.
Austin Mayor Steve Adler is apologizing tonight for traveling to Mexico with a group of family and friends last month, despite urging Austinites to stay home.
I think as a leader, right, you have to live what you're directing people to do.
Knight was in a webinar with Adler when news first broke of his trip to Mexico. He said he has supported family units dining out like when his daughter got married, and joked,
I'm about to spend the next 24 hours defending that.
24 hours later, his lame excuse of an apology had been tossed in the liberal dustbin of hubris history as he went back to his far-left critique of reality, quickly responding to Texas Governor Abbott's growing move to place law enforcement under the control of the state after homicide rates have risen to the highest level in Austin, Texas in over 2 decades. Adler tweeted, "This would be unprecedented commandeering of local law enforcement. Our state has serious challenges with too many uninsured, inadequate funding for education, and an insufficient pandemic response. They need to be our focus." Responding to Adler's lunacy, the Austin Police Association dropped the hammer on Adler's ignorance, stating, "Unprecedented was your action to eliminate 150 officer positions, cancel cadet classes, cut police funding, leave potential new hires stranded in Austin without medical insurance, adding to the uninsured rolls. Look in the mirror and take focus."
Some Austinites who are out early today collecting signatures to recall Austin Mayor Steve Adler. It happened at early voting locations in town.
Now that he went to Mexico and has proven that maybe this virus isn't really serious as it's cracked up to be, because he put his family and the citizens here in Austin in danger by doing that.
Well, you go bankrupt, hiding like Chicken Little, big tech's puppet, Mayor Adler laughs at you. Mayor Adler flies around on big tech paid for private jets.
The local level petty tyrants are merely mirroring the greater tyranny occupying Congress. The House just agreed to have the shortest work year in U.S. history in 2021.
It'll probably become the laziest Congress we have ever had.
While Speaker Nancy Pelosi openly and arrogantly revealed that she led the House on a political goose chase when it came to the COVID relief stimulus that would have saved thousands of lives due to suicide and come to the aid of small businesses closing all over America.
That is a total game changer. A new president and a vaccine. So there's nothing to, these are different. What was then before was not more of this. This has simplicity. It's what we've had in our bills. It's for a shorter period of time, but that's okay now because we have a new president.
You don't have to accept half of a loaf months ago when you said, I'm not going to accept half a loaf.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Don't characterize what we did before as a mistake, as a preface to your question, if you want an answer.
Our government is folding in on itself as absolute power corrupts absolutely. John Bound reporting.